Um, it's very important and very essential to understand how the standardization process work, or actually how you eventually get a specification or a standardization document that tells you exactly how a specific technology works and how it is maintained and what are the features and what are like the bits and bytes. So it all starts with the ITU, and that's why I chose to start my presentation with some sort of a overview about the role of the ITU. So the ITU is the International Telecommunication Union, as you may all know. It's one of the United Nations, a specialized agency, and it is focusing on the ICT. It's quite old. It's, I think it was established on 1865, and the ITU works in some sort of a solid structure and organization. So we have these three significant organization entities. We have the ITUR, which is the ITU radio communication sector. We have the ITUT, which is the ITU telecommunication standardization sector, and we have the ITUD, which is the ITU telecommunication development sector. So the ITUR is the entity that usually delivers or outputs what we know as the IMT, or International Mobile Telecommunication Specification, the one that set the stage, that set the requirements for the XG families or for the generation. So most probably, if you are working on the telco field, then you must have read one of their publications about the 3G or the 4G or the IMT or the 5G. And the ITUT is the one taking care of the standardization, mainly focusing on the AI currently. And for example, I'm contributing to one of the focus groups that works under the ITUT, focusing on the AI native network. And then the ITUD is the one actually looking to adapt all these kind of innovation or technologies into the development of the, of the human well-being, on the how to map these all technologies to the benefit of the humans. So I'll focus on the ITUR because that's the entity that we're interested in for the context of this webinar. The ITUR has several study groups. And as you may read, like spectrum management, and for sure, ITU is the one actually doing the governance for the spectrum allocation across the universe. But I'm interested in the SG5, which is the study group 5, which is terrestrial services, and that's the name the ITU used to describe the services or the communication services on the planet. Because we may talk about, for example, satellite services, but to focus on the mobile and fixed, this is the label, this is the name, terrestrial services. And this study group, SG5, has several working parties. One of the working parties is the well-known 5D working party, which is the IMT systems. And as I said, IMT, that's the International Mobile Telecommunication, the IMT. And you may see now the bullets. These are the very famous publications coming out of WP5D. The IMT 2000, this one, the initial document or specification, the recommendations for 3G, same thing for the 4G, the IMT Advanced, same thing for the 5G, the IMT 2020, and eventually the latest one, which is the IMT 2030. So from the naming, which is like a famous name, it's the IMT plus the year or the expectation on when this technology will have a commercial or a production state. So for example, when we say 5G IMT 2020, so it was published in 2015, but the expectation was to have a commercial deployment in 2020. And now if you search on the ITUR M2160, it's called IMT 2030. And that gives you a clue about the expected date of the 6G in production. Okay, so it was published in November 2023, and it talks about a potential production state in 2030. So we are almost 5 years to reach a state of a 6G in production, hopefully.